Hi. So I'm extending my video blogs from last week about the Great Resignation, the mass exodus of employees from your organisation if you don't take action and take action now. Your employees are now in the driving seat. We have proved they can work remotely and work effectively. They're not limited by geographical constraints anymore. They can work for practically any employer anywhere in the world. So if you don't meet their needs and preferences and we give them a great experience, they'll go to someone who does. And we've talked about the cost of that in dollar figures. I talked about that on Monday. We've talked about the cost in brand and reputation. Talked about the need for soliciting employee feedback for their needs and preferences. The other thing we need to do, as well as listen, is to close the sentiment gap. And earlier this month, Gartner released the results of an employee survey, or a workforce survey, I should say, executives and employees, and found 6 gaps between what executives perceive and what the employees perceive. And they're massive. And I put together an infographic which I put out on LinkedIn last week, and I'm including it in my article this week. I'll just read some of the differences. So there's a difference about flexibility. 75% of the executives say there is a culture of flexibility. Only 57% of employees say the same. 72% of the executives say, managers are free to decide how they work flexibly. And 50% of employees, only half, say they have the same decision-making rights. 80% of executives think the workforce is equipped to work remotely. Only 66% of employees do. 76% of the executives say they've invested in resources for remote working. Only 59% of employees do. And it goes on. Trust is a big one. 69% of leaders say they act in the best interest of the employee, but only 40% of your employees believe that's true. So unless organisations work to close these gaps, which are massive in regards to flexibility, being equipped, trust, whether executives listen, communication, what leaders think employees are hearing is not what they're hearing, and having a shared sense of purpose. Address these and stop the exodus now. I'll talk to you tomorrow.